One of the most prominent American retail corporations, Walmart, is collapsing. In 2023, many major retail companies such as Amazon, Bath and Body Works, Macy's, Walmart, and Big Lots are among the chains shutting down stores. Overall, 884 stores will cease to function this year, although it is standard practice to shut down underperforming stores each year. For example, in February, Walmart announced it was shutting down 7 stores over profitability concerns after a thorough review process. Among the locations are Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Chicago, Albuquerque, and New Mexico. However, the problem is more profound than one might think. But before jumping to the issue, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so that you are always informed on the most important economic trends in the world. So the recent decision by the heads of Walmart will hit hundreds of employees. Fortunately, the company promised to transfer workers to other Walmart locations. This decision was not made lightly and was reached only after a thorough review process, a Walmart spokesperson told Nexstar. We have nearly 5,000 stores across the U.S., and unfortunately some do not meet our financial expectations. While our underlying business is strong, these specific stores haven't performed as well as we hoped. Still, hundreds of workers will lose their jobs. According to Business Insider, Walmart, the big box store chain, will close 2 stores in Portland, Oregon, resulting in 480 layoffs, according to documents filed with the state. The company is also closing 3 tech hubs in Texas, Oregon, and California, and offering those employees the option to relocate to its Arkansas headquarters or accept a severance package. Although this might be a standard procedure for large businesses to close branches that do not bring enough money, the financial reason is secondary at this point. Instead, the real reason why physical stores are in danger is theft. And CEOs and managers of retail companies have been complaining about the increasing problem. The CEO of Walmart, Doug McMillon, was one of them. In December last year, he said to CNBC, "Theft is an issue. It's higher than what it has historically been. We have got safety measures, security measures, that we have put in place by store location. I think local law enforcement being staffed and being a good partner is part of that equation, and that's normally how we approach it." According to the National Retail Federation, organized retail crime is a severe problem that forces retail businesses to go extinct. External theft, which includes ORC, is a primary driver of retail shrink, which reached $94.5 billion in 2021, up from $90.8 billion in 2020, according to NRF's latest National Retail Security Survey. Among others, the safety of the staff is also an increasing issue, as with organized crime, violence is rampant in the stores. So far, politicians and law enforcement have failed to stop waves of theft in thousands of stores across the country. It's like the 90s all over again, except we have 30 years of evidence that all of that punitiveness does not get us anything, said Laura Bennett, director of the Center for Just Journalism, a nonprofit dedicated to improving journalistic coverage of critical public safety issues. But people are still knee-jerk responding with the same tired ideas that we know do not work. Thus, you may see headlines like, "Stores say shoplifting is a national crisis," often in the media. As for the question of why retail theft is increasing, the answer is not simple. At first glance, business is doing what it is supposed to. For example, many retail firms have been reducing the number of staff in order to maximize profit. In addition, as technology advances, retail businesses started integrating computers that scan products and receive payment with cash or a card. As a result, fewer workers in the store may have increased profits for store chains, but left them without enough personnel to deter shoplifting. In addition, research shows that self-checkout machines and mobile checkout also lead to higher losses for stores. The situation has become even graver as the items stolen at Walmart have been put on sale allegedly at e-commerce sites like Amazon, eBay, and Facebook. Critics say that these companies are not doing enough to prevent crime. However, Amazon, for instance, says it spent more than $900 million and employed more than 12,000 people in 2021 to prevent fraud and abuse. The company also says it requests proofs of sourcing when it has concerns about how products were obtained and works with authorities to weed out illegal activity. As shoplifting causes multi-billion-dollar damage to retail companies by physically losing the items, the issue of the crime has another side as well. In reality, stores are trying to secure their products from theft by different tactics that result in losing honest shoppers. For instance, locked cases may stop thieves, but they are also deterring honest shoppers from making in-store purchases and can cause sales to drop 15% to 25%. Joe Budano, CEO of anti-theft technology company Indime, told Axios. On a practical level, an average consumer who might have been visiting the local store for years has to call an employee to open the case each time he or she chooses the item. Thus, consumers prefer to shop online to avoid this conundrum, leaving brick-and-mortar stores without income. The latest study has found that theft has occurred more in large cities and metropolitan areas. National Retail Security Survey identified 10 cities in 2021. These are Los Angeles, San Francisco, or Oakland, New York, Houston, Miami, Chicago, Sacramento, Seattle, Atlanta, and Dallas. The second reason the problem has not been addressed is the inadequate legal framework, as the issue pertains not only to Walmart, but small and medium retail businesses as well. According to Jason Strachewski, the National Retail Federation's Vice President of Government and Political Affairs, if someone comes into a store and steals below that state's federal theft threshold, it's highly unlikely that law enforcement will go after them unless it's part of a frequent occurrence or it's a group that law enforcement is tracking. In the end, retail managers, staff, and regular shoppers are forced to look at how the store is being looted. In California, for instance, where shoplifting is a misdemeanor, police often do not even bother to investigate the case, and if they do, chances are that prosecutor will drop it if the theft is under the $950 mark. So, an article in 2021 by Leo Hanian at Hoover Institution claims that shoplifting in California is now de facto legal. He writes, Governor Newsom recently signed a new law in which shoplifting is a felony, even if it is below the $950 limit, if, and this is a big if, the theft is part of an organized ring with the intent to sell the stolen goods. Sadly, this may have little effect on shoplifting, given that most of these thefts are by individuals rather than groups, and it will still be up to police and prosecutors to charge these as felonies. What is needed is a change to the state law that makes shoplifting at a much lower dollar level a felony, to provide adequate incentives to individuals not to commit these crimes, including the overall terrible condition of the retail sector and high inflation. The future of companies like Walmart has never been so endangered. Online sales are destroying brick-and-mortar stores across the country, and including the theft crisis, it is unknown how the industry will survive. After taking major steps to expand into the grocery space, Amazon is now predicted to swipe the title of largest U.S. retailer by 2024, according to The Edge by Essential 2022 United States Retail Landscape and Go-to-Market Planning Report. Even if Walmart stays afloat for the upcoming years, it won't likely be the store consumers are used to. The store is becoming a shoppable fulfillment center, Tom Ward, Chief E-commerce Officer for Walmart US, said in his first interview since stepping into the role. And if the store acts like the fulfillment center, we can send those items the shortest distance in the fastest time. Thus, communities will have to change their shopping behavior to adjust to the crucial reality of in-person shopping in the country. If you are interested in the future of the retail sector in America, you can watch a video on this channel. So, hit the like button if you find this episode interesting, and subscribe to the channel to support the production of more episodes on fascinating economic topics.